Welcome to Bullet Point. We are your hosts. I'm EP.
I'm JM.
Every week we're going to talk about competitive shooting and everything around it.
So, if you're an aficionado, enthusiast, a beginner, or just plain curious, this is your show.
So you can easily connect with us through PHLV Radio Facebook page, Bullet Point Facebook page, or simply email us at bulletpointmediaproduction@gmail.com.
Now, don't forget to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel so you can get the latest episodes of Bullet Point. Are you ready?
Stand by. All right, JM.
Yes.
Today we're going to be tackling a topic that affects every shooter out there: the rising cost of ammo.
I think this is a really good topic.
Exactly. Yeah, I like this
know.
one. Ammo shortage.
Yeah. Like what happened?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Remember
Like,
that?
How did we get here?
Well, I remember I even wake up like 4 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about the ammo pricing and how it became to what it is now.
Yep.
But also alternative measures as what you're able to save some of your money and what you can do to combat that.
And then of course training without going broke.
Yes. Yes.
So if you've been shooting for a while, guys, you probably noticed that ammo is not cheap as it used to be.
Yes.
Oh man! So if you're new to shooting, you might be wondering, why does ammo cost so much?
Yes, yes. Our sport is not it's an expensive sport. It's not cheap. So yeah, no matter what how do I train without spending a fortune is one
Ka-ching,
of the
ka-ching!
big questions.
Big question,
Yes,
really.
yeah.
So that's the episode today, guys. So
Yep.
before we get into the solution, so let's just take a detailed look at how ammo prices, as what you've said, JM, evolved over the past decade, and why they're unlikely to return to the pre-2020 level, the one that we're saying.
Yeah.
That happened really, I don't know, that was bad.
Yes. I hope we can rewind time or hop on a time machine
Exactly.
and just
And for the new shooter, they will say, what?
Yeah, exactly.
So to understand the ammo crisis today, let's just take a detailed look at how the prices evolved. So maybe
Yeah.
tell them.
No, from I think from 2014 to 2016, we call this the golden era of ammo, which roughly there were around 15 to 20 cents per round.
Now listen to me. What?
We should have a button that says
Yeah,
what. 9mm was pretty cheap and it's
Yeah.
widely available.
Yeah.
And they go on sale. That's surprising, right? So a box of 9mm 50 rounds cost about $10.
What?
Give or take.
$10, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
man.
got your online retailers like SGA Ammo, Lucky Gunner, Brownells. They sold them in bulk pieces, like and again anywhere from 15 to 20 cent a round. Reloading was less common because of the the surplus of ammo.
Oh yeah, that
It
makes
was-
sense, right?
It was affordable. Yeah, you look at that time, and we're gonna tackle the reloading part. In a couple.
That's
of minutes.
2014 to 2016.
Yes.
that,
Yeah.
around that
Yeah.
era.
Yeah.
2017 to 2019. This is actually the warning sign.
Yeah.
We should have seen this one, right? So because from 15 cents it became 20 to 25 cents per round.
Yeah.
And prices really, rose slightly, but 9mm was still 9mm was widely available, and more people started buying in bulk. Stockpiling for potential shortages.
Yeah.
And political changes actually was the cause of increased gun sales, which slowly increased ammo demand.
Yeah,
This was
yeah.
2017 to 2019.
Right. So I think when you say there were some signs,
Yeah.
right.
The
So I
warning
used to go to like gun shows here locally, right?
Okay.
And you can see pretty much if you go to the gun shows regularly, routinely, you can see the prices
difference.
from each of the
Oh,
tables,
that makes
right?
sense. Yeah.
And you'll slowly see a couple bucks. It increases from previous shows, but yeah, the availability was also kind of semi-shifting already, but no one was really panic buying at that time.
No one really knows.
But there are some signs.
Wow.
Yeah.
So 2020, 2021.
Yeah, this is what we call the big storm.
I know, right?
The ammo shortage crisis. This was about 60 cents to a dollar.
Can you imagine that 60
per round?
cents?
That's
Wow.
crazy.
You know?
Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, COVID times.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is the pandemic. We had lockdowns, political uncertainty led to panic buying.
Wow.
Price gouging was also in effect. Ammo factories shut down. Right.
Yeah.
I think everybody felt that and slowed production. But gun sales were high.
We're still there.
Yeah, it's still high. So in any time that there's a calamity or a disaster or anything like that, the prices kind of
It goes up, right?
Yeah, you can see the
Skyrocket.
trend. So the 9mm disappeared from the shelves, and forcing prices to skyrocket.
Wow.
And some people paid again $1, maybe even more, just for a 9mm.
Can you imagine that? $1?
Yeah.
So whenever you shoot, $1. $1.
Yeah,
$1.
exactly. and if you miss, you'll be like, there goes
there
my
goes
dollar.
my dollar.
Yeah.
2023.
Yeah.
2022 to 2023. I still felt this
Yeah.
one because I've been shooting those years already.
Yeah.
This is what you call a slow recovery at the time. From the 60 cent that you mentioned,
Yeah.
now it became 35 cents to 50
Right.
cents per round. Production increased, but raw material shortages kept this prices high still, right?
Yep,
So
yep.
inflation, of course, affected the cost of the brass, the lead, the gunpowder,
Yep.
and ammo became available again, but a permanently higher prices.
Right.
That's where we are today.
Right.
know?
And I think from what you mentioned, the prices weren't really dropping down.
No.
And it stayed to a certain point. Give or take, the plus minus is very minimal, but it wasn't like before where it's drastically like a $10.
Exactly. Can you imagine the 50 round at $10?
Yeah.
Oh man,
I've seen
shoot every day.
I've seen them before, like around like $7.99.
Wow. Can you imagine that, right?
$9.99. Sometimes they go on sale.
Let's shoot every day.
I know.
So the present time, how about today, right?
I think 2024. It continues to stay there.
Yeah.
And it's somewhere around 30 cents to 50 cents
That's what I'm
around.
saying. That's
It's
right,
it's still there. Some of the brands have lowered prices. But overall, 9mm is still much more expensive than the 2020.
The pre-2020,
era.
right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
wow. Okay.
The bulk deals are still there, but they're gone.
Yeah.
And obviously the political and economic uncertainty keeps the market very unpredictable.
Well, I'm with you there, JM. Wish it was that 15 cent that time, right?
Yeah. So and obviously now with what's happening, the tariffs and all that, so
Yeah.
raw materials will still see
Yeah.
a little bit of increase on our ammo.
Exactly. So this 2025 JM, we need
Yeah.
to be smart.
Yes, we do.
So why do we
do.
need to be smart? Of course,
Yeah.
this is money. So again, I need to tell you guys that ammo isn't going back to 15 cent per round, anytime soon, right?
Yeah.
Supply chain issues and government regulations.
Right.
These are the drivers of prices, and it can even go higher.
Yeah. No, we have to be smart. We have to be a smart shooter. And using a lot of alternatives and methods.
Yeah.
Anything to save a little bit of money in our sport.
Why not?
Using dry fire, reloading, and alternative training methods.
Exactly, and that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today, guys. Reloading, is it really worth it? How much can you really save? As you mentioned, other alternatives like dry firing. You train at home. Well, when you do dry fire, you train at home. That's for free,
Right.
And we're gonna talk. We talked about this before, but we're gonna talk about it again. The drills that actually work in dry fire, and then use budget friendly training hacks. How to make
Yeah.
every round count.
Right.
Right. So let's talk about dry fire training. JM, the free way to improve your skills. Do you dry fire?
We talked about that. Yeah, we do. Like you're gonna hear us a lot. You know, we talk about dry fire. This is part of our routine at this point already. It's like brushing your teeth.
Yeah.
You know, and you incorporate it in your day-to-day activities.
Exactly. Not unless you don't brush your teeth.
No, right. If you don't brush your teeth, then that means you don't dry fire.
But seriously, right?
Yeah.
Dry fire, right?
Yeah. It's one of the most effective and affordable ways,
Yes.
to build and maintain shooting skills. The best part, it costs $0.
Zero.
Yeah.
No ka-ching.
$0. No. Yeah, that's right.
And then, of course, many of those top professionals, the shooters that we looked at too, Ben Stoger, Jerry Michelet, or maybe JJ, they spend more time dry firing than live firing.
Right.
They know that fundamentals like grip, the trigger control, how to draw, the speed draw, can be perfected without spending a single round. That's actually a good tip for everybody, right?
Yep.
So, what is dry fire training, JM?
It means practicing all aspects of shooting. Except obviously firing a live round.
Don't do that inside your house.
Don't. Drawing from a holster. Sight picture and alignment. And making sure that both of those are present. Trigger control, reloading drills.
Yes.
Target transitions, and then shooting positions and movement.
Yeah, and I think we all do that every day, right?
Yeah.
Again, like brushing your teeth.
Right.
Up, down in circles, right?
Yeah.
So the biggest mistake shooters make, not training regularly. As I was telling, even my kids, amateurs don't practice, professionals do.
Yeah.
Well, this is an expensive sport. Why not do, deal with this like you're a professional shooter.
Right.
So
this is a sport where, from what you mentioned, if you don't do anything at all, don't expect that would be the you're going to be in a top shape and top results. In a match.
It just doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't. It's a reciprocating sport. So the more you put in, the more training, dry fire, whether it's dry fire or live fire in matches, the more you're going to get out of it, and it'll play to your advantage. But if you expect that you're not going to dry fire and win a match, that's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. Oh, by the way, guys, since we're talking about being broke or saving money, dry fire should be part of your routine, just like brushing your teeth.
Right.
Not just something you do when ammo is expensive.
Right.
Ammo is cheap. Ammo is expensive. You always do your dry fire.
Yep.
Like every day.
Right.
So let's talk about your dry fire. What time of day do you dry fire?
I usually dry fire in the early evening.
Oh, okay.
Like before dinner time.
Okay.
And I think like Migs, my son, he dry fires in the afternoon and before he goes to bed.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, but I tend to like dry firing early in the morning.
Yeah,
as
that's
I wake
me.
up.
Yeah,
like around 5:30 to 6 o'clock.
Exactly.
At least it helps me wake up. What about you?
Yeah, I do. I wake up at 4:30. I'm an early guy, so I wake up at 4:30. Do dry fire, all of these regimens. But let's just share to them, JM.
Yeah.
What are the dry fires that actually works?
Right.
Because by the way, guys, when you do dry fire, it has to be intentional, and there's a purpose of your dry fire.
Yes.
Not just because you're drawing.
Right.
You want to make sure that it's going to work.
Right.
Okay. Let's just say the 1 second draw.
Right.
The 1 second draw drill that I'm doing, the goal here is to draw from the holster and acquire a proper sight picture under 1 second.
Yeah.
So it means that, how you do it. Well, start from your normal carry position. Use a, by the way, we mentioned this one too many times. You have to have that shot timer, so, because that will let you know your splits, your dry fire, your part timer, all of these things, right? And then throw smoothly and press the trigger while aligned on the target. Repeat this one at least, 10 repetitions per session.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do a little bit more because I want to develop those muscles, right? So I think this 1 second draw, the reason why it works, because the faster draw speed is equal to quicker reaction time time in self-defense or even in our competition.
Right. Right.
How you react.
Right.
The quicker, of course, the better, right? So that's the reason why I have that 1 second draw.
No, that's a good start on that 1 second draw.
Yeah.
I've done that before. But to your point, I like how you mentioned all the dry fire sessions need to have a purpose.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. So not just dry firing for the sake of dry
just
firing.
dry firing. Yeah.
So you have to kind of isolate what you need and what you want. So in this particular drill, this is just draw. Practicing your draw,
Yes.
making sure that that's the correct and proper positioning of your hand.
Yeah. And sometimes, because I'm using red dot now, that 1 second draw, and then I pause,
You look for the dot.
You look for the dot. Okay. So, and then eventually, while you keep on doing that, just as you index and then you're presenting it, you'll know that the dot is there already, and then, and then you go from there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the one of the another drill that's actually pretty challenging is the coin trigger test.
Oh yeah, I remember that when I used to have the limited.
Limited, right? So the goal here is basically the trigger control and eliminate the flinching.
Yes.
I've done it when it was, especially if you see the targets shoot left or right.
Yes.
Or anticipating the recoil, right? So how to do this is basically just balance a coin on the front of your sight or your slide, and then press the trigger without making the coin move.
That's a good one, in fact.
Yeah.
Well, it seems maybe it's too easy, guys, but no, it's gonna work.
No. If you do it 10 reps, per hand, and again use that shot timer. Why it works is it just forces you to do a precision when you squeeze the trigger. As far as like precise trigger press, if you move the gun, obviously the coin falls.
Exactly. And I learned that from JJ Racasa too, from one of the YouTube. About that intentional trigger press.
Yeah.
You have to really feel the trigger.
Yeah.
And then you flinch, of course, the coin falls. Right. So.
Right. It's a good balancing technique.
Right.
Yeah.
So another one is one of the regimens that I do every day, JM, is how to reload.
Yeah.
So you would want to do that every day too.
Yeah.
So when you're on the range, this is something that at the back of your hand, when there's a mandatory reload, you're not going to tell yourself, "Oh, I did not practice this one," because I remember I told you one time, I was so prepared to do this. This classifier with a mandatory reload. When I reload, the gun was too far from where I was putting my magazine. So again, reload like a pro is another drill that you would want to perform, so you'll not copy me. The gun was too far from my magazine.
Right.
Well, so the goal here is to perform reload in under, let's just say, one and a half seconds, maybe. So how you do it is use an empty mag and practice speed reloads. Just keep on doing empty mags. Work on dropping the mag and then grabbing the spare and inserting it without fumbling.
Yeah.
That's a whole goal. So you keep on doing that, and then you gradually increase speed while maintaining efficiency. So this is going to work because reloads under pressure are one of the biggest failure points for the shooter, just like what I told you a while ago. You were practicing, but when the real thing is actually there,
it's different.
It's too far.
Right.
This drill will actually eliminate those wasted movements.
No, I one of the things I do when I'm practicing reload is I have a weighted dummy magazine.
That's right, the dummy mag.
The blue one,
the
right?
blue,
From Double Alpha.
Yeah.
So that practices a full mag capacity. So when I'm
that has a huge difference.
Yes.
When there's a weight.
There's
while
weight,
doing
and then you're practicing your reload. So again, try to do it under 1.5.
What do you call those mags again?
They're Double Alpha. They're from Double Alpha.
Okay.
I call it dummy mags.
Dummy mags.
Yeah.
Oh, don't put real bullets in your magazine just to get that weight, guys. Right? No.
Yeah. Please be safe.
And that's dangerous. Okay, so I think that's a good one. So
Yeah.
they can look at
Yep,
it, look it
yep.
up at the double alpha.
Yeah,
right?
it's pretty cheap. Like I think they're like 20 bucks, 25, 30.
There you go.
Yeah.
Instead of using
Good. Good. Again, this is a good training.
good investment for you guys.
Good
So,
training method.
and then since you're talking about those dry fire training tools,
Yeah.
while dry fire can be done without any special tools, that dummy mag can actually be able to help you a lot.
Yeah.
They say this what do you call this? Mantis X training system.
Yeah, I've seen that.
You've seen that? I have not
I've
used
seen
that.
Yeah, I've seen that. It attaches to your rail and it just tracks your trigger pull.
Oh, really? Okay.
Accuracy.
I haven't.
I've also seen the Ace Virtual. You've
Okay.
seen that?
Oh, yes,
the
that's
one with
right.
The virtual.
I used that when we were, I think, in Utah. I think that was.
Yeah.
And then Brian, our good friend, brought it.
Yeah.
So, oh no, that was in Area 2.
It's
in
like
Arizona.
playing a video game.
Yeah,
I
it
like
was
it.
just like, oh,
You know.
well, I've seen that. I tried it. Well, it's good.
Yeah, another thing too is the laser ammo dry fire cartridge.
Yes.
And it's like it converts your real gun to like a laser training pistol.
I've seen that to one of our friends too,
Yeah.
Abe Enriquez.
Yeah.
That's the first time and he was using that.
Yeah, and I think another one too would be a SIRT laser, like a CERT laser pistol.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a dedicated dry fire pistol with an instant, and gives you
Feedback.
Feedback.
Wow,
right away.
that's a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I think I like the VR.
Yeah, I like the VR, but I get dizzy quick.
Oh, that's
I'll,
right.
I'll only do one stage, and then I'm like,
Oh, that's right. It could be you could.
yeah, you can be nauseous.
there,
if
right?
you're pretty bad like that, like me,
Oh, man.
I can only tolerate a couple
Now I'm
stages.
thinking about it.
But
whatever it is, guys,
Yeah.
try to record your dry fire drills and
Yeah.
video. This will be able to help you analyze your grip, your stance,
Yeah.
and your draw efficiency, right?
Yep.
So,
Yep.
again, those are some dry fire training tools. And then we would want to share with you guys some budget-friendly training hacks. Now you would want to...
This is live fire.
Live fire.
Yeah.
Right? So, this is what you call this 50-round training plan.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm saying this one, I saw the daughter of Jerry, Lena Michulek.
Yeah.
There was a good video on
Yeah.
how you can maximize your live fire in just using 50 bullets.
50. Yeah.
So this is your 50-round training plan that you're gonna have a maximum results with minimal cost. Oh,
Right.
who wouldn't like that, right? So,
Yeah.
so most shooter really they're burned through a full box of 9mm in a minute.
Yeah.
Enrico, that's you. But this doesn't help you improve. So instead, you try this this structured plan of how to stretch that 50 round over an entire training session.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why we're saying this one is because we're talking about budget, where
Right.
you train without going broke. So first, there's going to be your warm up 10 rounds. Fire 5 slow shots at 5 yards, focusing on your trigger control.
Yeah.
So don't finish that 5 shots in 1 second.
It's not a build drill.
Not a field drill. Right? So slowly shoot those 5 at 5 yards, and you try to feel that trigger control.
Right.
That's a good one.
Right.
So you're intentionally trying to learn that trigger, right? Now, next one is 5 shots at 10 yards now. Now, ensuring this time around, you're ensuring that there's the sight picture and alignment.
Yeah.
And again, that 5 shots. Why does this thing work? Because a warm up, it actually gets your muscle memory engaged, even in dry fires.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what you need to do.
Yeah.
Make sure you put a little pause so you can have your muscle memory engaged, and you'll be able to prevent your bad habits. Okay?
Yeah. No, after you've warmed up, I think, and now gradually, let's say, for example, you're already all right, you're ready to go. Another thing to focus on is speed and accuracy.
Yes, of course.
You only need 20 rounds for this type of warm up. You fire 2 shots on the center mass, transition to the second target, and fire 2 more shots, and then you kind of repeat these 5 times until you get your cadence. And work on controlled but fast shooting. And then why this works, this build, this workout, or this drill build, recoil management and precision under pressure.
And that's actually what we have when we start when we compete out there on the range. The precision under pressure.
Yeah.
So you might be able to be good at this training, but once you're there, sometimes it doesn't go as planned. So that's the reason why you would want to do that, right? So So reload and malfunction drills. This is something that I saw over the weekend when we shot at what do you call this, PRG. One of our good friend.
Congratulations on your win.
Did I?
Yeah. Overall.
Yoo-hoo! Thank you
Yours
so
truly,
much.
right
Thank you. Yeah. By the way, that was a good game sponsored by the Mason.
Yes.
Battle of the Lodges. So
Battle of the Lodges.
thank you for having us there, guys. You did a great job there. So so you would want to see those reload and malfunction drills. So it's just like you pretend that there's going to be some malfunctions, and then you start with an empty chamber, draw, rack, and fire one accurate shot, and then perform a mag change every 2 shots. So you would want to make sure that you try this, because if ever, there's a malfunction, that habit will be innate to you, and you'll be able to clear it and do whatever necessary. Not just like how I was years ago, and I start cursing, and then you put all your time wasting because you felt bad because malfunction happened. So you would want to make sure that you practice that too. So in case that time comes, you know what to do. Right.
No, that's important. All types of malfunctions going to happen.
Yes.
It's not like you're proof. You're foolproof of that. No, it's going to happen. It will happen. It's a matter of time. So whether it's a failure to feed or failure to extract. Hopefully it's not going to be a squib or anything like that. That's another right. Catastrophic malfunction. All of these malfunctions can eat up your time and add more time to your results.
And then you just have to do what you have to do. Don't waste your time thinking of other things or losing your grip already. Just keep on finishing. The goal is there to finish that stage. Strong.
Right.
Whatever happens.
Don't get discouraged.
Exactly.
Right. And I think we have the final challenge. This is more of a 10-round final challenge.
Okay.
This is basically doubling your distance. Shoot anywhere from like 20 to 25 yards. You focus on accuracy over speed. Again, cadence is involved. So this works because it simulates like real, world shooting where targets may not be close and it's pretty far.
Wow. In fact, I do that too whenever I go to the range for practice. One of those regiments really is 20-25 yards. So you know how to address it when you get into those kind of courses, right? Okay, that's great. JM, I actually like those. Let's have some more budget-friendly training hacks. Again, the 1 bullet challenge. Instead of shooting multiple rounds, fire 1 practice shot at a small target, like a 3-inch circle, and then just 1. Just don't shoot 5 in 1 second, right? This is just controlling it. Just 1 bullet at a time. Why this works? Because it forces discipline, and there's no wasted round. So every time that you fire that round, there's an intentionality right there, and then you see the result that you would want to correct.
Right. And I think the second one would be the half mag drill.
Yes.
Load only 5 rounds per mag, and it forces reloads and accuracy focus. Why this works, it helps conserve ammo while building reload efficiency.
Yes.
You have to be quick when you reload. It's not I think one of the attributes that we had when we came from the limited division was the reload, right?
Yes.
Because we reload on limited. Now we're spoiled.
Oh my God, I know, right? So
we have the long sticks now, but we still reload once in a while.
in fact, over the weekend, I was there were short courses.
Yeah,
and then
you see people reload,
and then I saw this guy who was single stack.
Yeah.
And he just well, that's a good practice. Don't get me wrong, right?
Yes.
He maybe did 5 reloads.
Yeah, on a short course.
On a short, no, maybe 3. Right? I was exaggerating, but I was just sweeping away, right? There's a huge difference. But of course, to each his own. But that definitely helped us on how to better our skills on reloading. Again, target transition without shooting is a good, friendly, budget-friendly hack of training, because you move between targets without firing. Working on your footwork and positioning over the weekend, that's exactly what we were talking about. Especially on my size, a little bit big. I couldn't run as fast as the others, so I have to look into my footwork and how I could position my foot, so I would be able to shoot continuously, without wasting time. Why this target transition without shooting works? Because it teaches you smooth movement and efficiency while you're saving rounds.
Right. And I think another alternative is this is your world.
Yeah, this is my world.
You came from this, right?
Yeah.
And another alternative would be an airsoft.
Exactly. Well, airsoft is not cheap anymore.
No,
just like at my time, right?
I used to paintball.
Oh, you did, right?
Back
That's
in the
right.
day, but when I was younger. But my brother was into airsoft. And
my brother was into airsoft too.
You were heavily involved with that. Right?
I was really big in airsoft, especially when I was in Europe. But then again, because airsoft guns right now is like 1:1 to the real ones.
When I went to SHOT Show.
Okay.
A couple months ago. I saw the airsoft booth, like e-Vike, all that. Their 1:1.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's exactly the same thing.
And the weight is the same. So if you want to train realistically without burning through those live rounds, maybe this is not for everybody. So maybe an airsoft or in a CO2 powered pistols could be a great alternative for you guys, right?
Yeah, so. Our good friend that owns like Echo One.
Oh yeah, Echo One, exactly.
David M.
Actually, I got one from them.
I think Migs has like 3 or 4 of them.
I think I got 2, but those are good guns.
Yes, they are. They are. We were playing in our backyard.
Yeah, those are. I think mine was.
They look like Terran. They have Terrans. Terran guns there too.
And gas blowback airsoft gun, and then CO2 pistols. This guys it could be a realistically 1:1. That's what we were saying.
Yeah.
And then the recoil simulation is going to be there. So of course, when you use that, use a shot timer with airsoft. By the way, my good friends and my teammates before in airsoft in Ireland, because they couldn't own a real gun there. They still do it. They still use it, and they have IPSC airsoft competition.
Yes, and I think the world shoot for airsoft is in Philippines this year.
This year? Oh, there you go. See, a lot of people are into airsoft, but this is not for everybody. But then again, that's where I came from. That's what James was saying. I loved it, at the time that when I was shooting it. So
Now, we want to talk about routines.
Okay.
Right, and now you have the training incorporated. Now we talk about routines. Now schedules, right?
Yes.
So you want to be able to make sure that you break those training apart and you space them out with whatever your schedule would be, right? For example, like Monday to Wednesday, you do dry firing anywhere from 15 to 20, 30 minutes. And then your Thursday, Friday, you do some laser training, or whether there's other aids of like airsoft or what EP was saying. And then Saturday, Sunday, you do live fire.
Yes.
Whether it's 50 round training plan or less or more. So you kind of gauge that, but you want to make sure that you put that you have a specific schedule and routine. Incorporated on that.
That's very important because we're talking about budgets here. As what we've mentioned a while ago. You would want to enjoy this this game without going broke.
Yeah.
So some people, of course, are doing more than what we just told you guys. They can even do live fire every day if they want to.
Yeah,
but
plus, because the thing is, when we say live fire, right, access to the range is a big key.
Oh, that's another one
right?
too. Yeah.
So again, if you don't have regular access to the range, this is the way to go.
Exactly. So again, guys, I think dry fire. Don't forget that as your daily regimen.
Yeah.
So let's just talk about some takeaways today. JM, ammo prices, definitely it's unpredictable.
Yeah.
So you guys have to always have a backup plan. So it already told us, history, that that ammo shortages can happen anytime.
Right.
So in just the last 10 years, we've seen 3 major spikes in ammo prices. And if you were not prepared during that time, you understand what we're talking about today.
Yeah.
But for the new ones, guys, history already told us. So you would want to make sure that you position yourself so you're going to be, there's continuity enjoying this game.
Yeah.
So you either pay the premium prices or you stop training altogether.
Right. Ouch.
We don't want that, right? So what can we do?
Yeah, no, there's a couple things that you can do.
Okay, that's good.
So,
all right.
Obviously, you stockpile smart.
Yes.
When you buy the ammo prices when the ammo prices drop. So don't wait, for another shortage. There's plenty of websites,
Yes.
and just be careful with it to make sure that they're legit ammo resellers or sellers. One thing that I've done is I have this website called AmmoSeek.
Okay.
And it searches kind of like a Google of all the distributors and suppliers and online
AmmoSeek,
distributors,
yeah.
right? So it price breaks down on who's the cheapest and what type.
There you go.
And rotate your supply. Keep an inventory so you don't have to burn through your stock too fast.
Yeah.
And then having an alternative method for training. Dry fire, airsoft, and reloading should be part of your long-term plan. If you see a 9, let's say for example a 9mm in 30 rounds or 30 cents a round or less, buy it in bulk.
Yes.
There are some also another thing too is when you're purchasing, sometimes when there's almost around holiday times or if there's a code or discount, use them.
Oh yeah. Every discount we want to have,
whether it's free shipping or free 10%
discount,
off,
right?
15% off. It helps.
I'll take it anytime, especially now because maybe if you're just a gun owner that seldom shoots your gun, maybe 100 bullets a year is already a lot for you guys.
Right.
But now when you're into competitive shooting,
it's going to increase.
Maybe 1,000 a month is just a starting number. So again, speaking about that, reloading is a long-term investment.
I think
but it pays off.
It does. So a couple of things to be aware of. And obviously, what is the purpose for reloading? Right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And reloading isn't for everyone.
Correct.
And it's often more on people that shoots a lot more. And it's a game changer, right? You reload. You and how many rounds do you normally every month?
Well, in a year, about maybe 12,000, so 1,000 a month. So
you can burn through those 1,000 rounds in a
Easy.
snap of a finger.
That's right.
But you also, again, there are some advantages. You're able to kind of tune your load to your gun, and also at the same time, your long term way of shooting will be a lot more longer than buying some off shelf.
Exactly.
Ammo brand. A couple of things to consider when you're reloading. It cost savings, right?
Yeah, definitely. That's what we want.
Right. You bring your cost down to 15 to 25 cent a round.
Why not? Right.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Depending on how you buy your components.
That's
Again,
exactly.
your components can be also on sale. And you use that discount, right? I think we talked about this customization on your loads, right? On your firearm.
Yeah.
Your specific firearms, especially when you're into open, right? You and me are in the open division. You obviously need to reload.
Exactly.
It's better accuracy and reduced recoil are some of the advantages when you're able to tune the load. Independence when the next ammo shortage hits.
Yes, you just don't know when.
You're still able to practice rounds.
Exactly.
And if for the ones that stockpiled before COVID, those are the people that
Smart people.
and they were looking at us like we were starting. And they have all these supplies.
It's
right?
funny when I met those people when I was just starting, and they were talking about, December is my manufacturing of ammo for next year. So I bought 20,000 of primers. 20.
Yeah.
Why? Now I understand.
yes. So once you start reloading, you're going to understand. So if you shoot less than 500 rounds a month, maybe reloading may not be worth it for you. But if you compete and you train frequently, invest in a good reloading setup before the next shortage.
Exactly. And the master of reload setup is Gia.
Oh, me. No. That means you just got to find the right
reloader.
The right reloader. Plenty of really good reloaders, manufacturers out there. Dillon's one of them. Mark 7's one of them. And again, it just depends on whatever your price range is.
Exactly. Of course, it's all about affordability and or how much you would want to invest really on your sport.
Yep.
Okay. So again, we talked about dry fire is the most underutilized training method. I'm a product of dry firing.
Yeah.
I never believed it in the beginning. I think you guys know this one already when we initially rolled out this show. But that actually made me as a shooter. So many shooters neglect dry fire training because this is me. I thought it was boring and it's not ineffective. But the reality, top level competitors in elite tactical units dry fire more than they do live fire because fundamentals don't require ammo.
Yes.
We have to look at it that way.
Yep.
Your fundamentals don't require ammo. Okay, so that's the reason why you should be dry firing.
Right.
Muscle memory development, your immediate feedback, like all of this laser training tools that you were mentioning, the shot timers there. Oh, the mirror drills actually help you diagnose mistakes in real time.
Yes.
Get a mirror. You can actually see yourself.
In the bathroom.
Oh, well, the bathroom, the biggest mirror, right?
Yeah.
You can do it there too. And again, what you mentioned, Jim, is zero cost.
Yeah.
Zero. So you don't need anything except your firearm and discipline.
Yeah.
So just all you have to do is just do it. You just have to commit at least 15 minutes of dry fire training every day. Again, it's free. You can improve your live fire accuracy, and then you can go faster than just shooting rounds at range.
Right. And then I think our takeaway number 4 here is basically you can still train at the range without wasting ammo.
Oh yeah.
Right. You want to make sure that there's a purpose of on your training. Shooting's fun, right?
Yeah.
That's I don't think I've met anybody that says
It's
otherwise,
boring.
right? Mag dumps are fun,
Yeah, you mentioned,
and but are they making you a better shooter, right? Probably not. But if you're trying to stretch that ammo on a budget at the range, there's a few things here. You use that 50-round training plan that we talked about. Train with a purpose.
Yes.
You know, and instead of mindlessly sending just, you know, every round down range, work on fundamentals. You know, every shot should
We
have
talked
a goal,
about this one, right? With purpose. That's what
right,
you were
with
saying.
purpose,
Yeah.
whether it's speed, accuracy, or movement, and then slow down. Right, a shooter who takes 5 well-placed shots in 30 seconds will improve more than somebody
Yes.
who empties the mag and in the same time frame.
You remember this?
Sideways. Some of the I think we do this, right? We some of the pro tip that was passed on to us is record your shooting drills.
We
on
always
video,
love doing that.
right? And it's just not just because you want to see yourself shoot, but also it helps identify flosses,
Correct.
in your technique. You can correct that. You can course correct that. And then you can adjust that before wasting more rounds.
Exactly.
You know?
And then all of the things that we mentioned today, GM, consistency is actually the key.
Yes. Yeah.
So build a routine that works for you. Again, I wake up 4:30. That's my routine every morning. I just
Yep.
do my dry fires. Right. The biggest mistake most shooters make, inconsistent in training. So if you want to see improvement, you need to have that. Yes, what James was mentioning, a structured plan.
Yes.
So Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, this Saturday, Sunday, that structured plan is going to improve your level of shooting. Again, consistency. And you stick to the schedule, even if it's just 10 minutes a day,
Yeah,
So
that helps.
consistency is more important than the volume.
Right.
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 All right. So,
Yeah.
I think we said enough. So again, shooting isn't just how many rounds you fire, is what you've mentioned.
Yeah.
It's how effectively you train.
Right.
Okay. So yeah.
Yeah, no. Again, ammo prices are unpredictable up to this day, so you always have to have a backup training plan, and then reloading can save you some money. And it does require an upfront investment, right?
yeah,
And there's that painful one-time purchase of a big
Yeah.
one, right? And the dry firing and other aids like airsoft training are underrated, but highly effective tools.
Yes.
And then structured training routines will help you improve without wasting
Money. So what's your training strategy, guys? So
Yeah.
have you tried reloading? Let us know. Comment on those on the
a comment.
Yeah. And then what's your favorite dry fire drill? Maybe we can learn from you as well.
Yeah.
So how do you train smart while you're saving money? Just comment below. Let's share this training hacks to everybody, all the shooters out there. So by the way, guys, if you found this guide helpful, like, subscribe, share, with all those shooting buddies that we have there. Until next time, I'm EP.
I'm JM.
Keep training smart, stay safe, and we'll see you next episode of Bullet Point.